Let's now hand you over to CGTN's Mohamed Abubakar, who has been covering the games in Morocco and now joins us live. Mohamed, what do you have for us?
Well, thank you very much, Mahia. Yes, we are at the main complex here in Rabat, where the beginning of the closing ceremony has started. It is already underway. And so before we wrap up our coverage of the 2019 African Games, we just wanted to get local insight from some of the locals here. And we have a representative here, a journalist here in Morocco, Mohamed Al-Husni, who writes for Al-Marsad Sports. Mohamed, very quickly, tell us about what you think about the organizing of these games compared to some of the international events you've managed to organize in the past.
It was a 10. It was a 10. Morocco already organized a lot of big events like FIFA Club World Cup and a lot of African championship in many sports, but this one was a big one. And a lot of participating athletes and delegation were happy. It was, even for the opening ceremony, it was a good one, a world-class one, with the drones for the first time in Africa and for the first time in sports. So I think it was a world-class organization.
Definitely. You managed to move around. You went to different venues, different cities, covering the games for the past 2 weeks. What are some of the highlights you can share with us across the other 26 disciplines that attracted a record number of over 6,000 athletes?
Yes, I've been covering a lot of sports, but especially the karate and taekwondo, because I knew that Moroccan athletes will win medals in that. And indeed, they won 5 gold medals in taekwondo and 9 in karate. But there is also Nigeria in weightlifting, South Africa in swimming, and Egypt. They won 101 gold medal, and it's a record for the games. We don't forget also Kenya in athleticism. In athletics, they won as always 10 gold medals.
As far as the legacy of the 2019 African Games hosted here in Morocco, what do you think future organizers of this event need to do to make sure they attract the best across Africa?
To attract the best players in Africa. It's simple, just make it qualifying into the Olympic Games. We know that all the big players, all the big athletes won the gold medal in Olympic Games. So just put it qualifying into that games, to the Olympic Games. Just put the African Games qualifying into the Olympic Games, just like that.
All right, thank you so much, Mohamed, for that insight. Fantastic. Well, all eyes now are set to Ghana because they are the next hosts for the 13th edition of the African Games in Accra, Ghana, that is in 2023. As for the crew here in Rabat, we wrap it up and try to get the rest of this closing ceremony at the stadium. Back to you, Mahir.